Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Relic News. I'll be featuring 6 incredible people that came together to preserve history. Now here is Jeff Fisher with the introduction of today's show.
Hello, my name is Jeff Fisher and I'm working alongside Sam Waters here in Northeast Ohio. The project she started was Civil War Preservation Project of Ohio, which is CWPPO. My job was to get together maps, and I also build a topography map. This way we'll be able to get a better look at the land, and this will also be beneficial to the Historical Society in the future. My goal is not only to extract these artifacts, but to be accountable, to place labels on them, and to know where they came from so that we can put together the sequence of events that took place July 23rd, 1863. So we have a great deal of people coming out, which is October 23rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm hoping everyone enjoys themselves. My goal is to help Sam pull together this great event, and hopefully we'll find some good things. So we'll see you then.
Jeff Fisher, also known as Treasure Facts from YouTube. He's been metal detecting 29 years. He uses the White's V3i, MX5, and the MXT All-Pro, but recently he's been mostly using his MXT. If you ask Jeff what his most memorable find is, he'll have to say it's his 1812 US large cent that he found. The reason why this 1812 coin means so much to him is that he had found it on a dig with his father. Jeff starred in the White's metal detecting commercial that aired nationwide.
I started metal detecting when I was 17 years old. I like old things, to find things that are hidden, things you can't see.
Call for your metal detector catalog today. It's fun for you, your family, and your friends.
I get to be out with the guys and my sons. It's fun to see the gleam in their eye when they've got a coin and you know they're satisfied with what they found.
Call for your free catalog from White's Electronics and get 25 tips to help you find more.
I think anyone can turn it on and go. It's a hobby that I really appreciate, and I hope I grow old using a detector.
Here's another clip of what Jeff Fisher does.
Again, thanks for watching. Today you see me build my presentation trowel show. This has been in the makes for quite a while. It's leather, stainless steel, and brass. So you'll be able to keep your hand warm, it won't rust, and it's pretty stout. So this is my contribution to metal detecting. I enjoy doing it. It took a while to get the tooling set up, but here's the finished product. Thanks for watching. Watch from next month and we'll see what we can come up with then. And thank you.
Now I'll be featuring Sam Waters. Sam is the one who is responsible of creating the CWPPO. Now Sam has a website called backyarddiggers.jimbo.com, along with her Facebook group called Backyard Diggers. Now, she has something pretty incredible in the works. It looks like she'll be opening up a store. Now the website for this store is called whitewatersdetectors.com. Sam Waters, when she was 12 years old, her father used to take her metal detecting. It's what he used to like calling coin shooting. And this is what got her started in the hobby. Now about 10 years ago, she bought a Prism 2, and last year she purchased her White's MXT. If you ask Sam what her most memorable find is, she'll have to tell you it's a time that Angela invited her for a dig. She had a loud signal, a 92 on her MXT, and sure it was a tractor part. But as she started to uncover the dirt, she started to see a U, then an S. Here's the clip.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out here. Is this still Jewett, right?
Yes.
Out here with Angela. She invited me out here, and I'm really freaking out right now. I found the US buckle out here.
Wow.
And, yeah, I got some tears. Isn't that gorgeous?
You don't find those every day.
No, you don't.
Wow, that is gorgeous.
That's gonna look.
Look at it. Imagine when you clean that up.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm really excited right now. Good thing I needed my water. I never would have found it.
Anyway, we just had to show you guys. See how
This is awesome.
Look
Yeah.
at his fingers.
4 years ago, she was metal detecting along the Morgan's Trail. This is where she had uncovered some trend chart. she had found a ring made from a bullet and encrusted with rubies. This piece is now with the local historical society. One day, Sam was metal detecting on a farm field, and she had noticed that the neighbor in the front was looking over. She had walked over to him to show him what she had been finding. That's when he told her about a story of a skirmish that actually happened on his property. Now, Sam realized that with 500-acre permission, she needed help. And this is when she went to her friends, and they had created the Civil War Preservation Project. Now, Sam had led over 80 metal detectorists, maybe even 100, to help her prove this story, that there was something that happened on this property. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. Now, the Historical Society will be raising a plaque at this location. What an incredible thing she has done. She had turned a dream into reality. Way to go. Now I'll be featuring Vicky Jackson from South Carolina. She has been metal detecting for approximately 1 year. She often would take along with her husband metal detecting on the weekends. One day they had an extra machine and handed it over to her. This is when she had found her V-nickel and was totally hooked. Vicky had become friends with Sam through the Stealth Diggers group page on Facebook. She had also donated her Ace 250 to Keebler's grandson. Vicky was the person that mended the sign-in table. She said the most memorable thing about this event was getting to meet everyone.
Hello, my name's Jeff from Treasure Packs, and I have a quick tip for you today. Whether you're a beginner or whether you've been in metal detecting for a number of years, I'd like to talk about how we swing our coils. When we're fatigued, we're getting tired, and we're not paying attention, we tend to let our coils swing up in the front. Thus, we're losing some targets in the ground. Take time to flatten your coil so you're flat with the ground and you also get better depth. I would also like to point out that we should slow our swings down and overlap those swings and not swing wildly. This will cause us to lose the small objects. So this is just a quick tip. I found myself guilty of this, and I just thought maybe I'd point it out. I'm sure that most of us have this in mind, but it's just to remind us. Happy hunting, everyone, and hello to all my friends out there.
Now I'll be featuring DJ Yost. He received his first metal detector when he was only 8 years old, but didn't take up the hobby seriously until his mid-20s. This is when he was looking for Native American artifacts and he came across a coin on the surface. This is when it all came back to him and he purchased a metal detector. He also has his own recovery business. Here's his business card. DJ Yost also participated in the CWPPO hunt. Now, he had written an incredible blog. This will be found on djsdigs.net. This gives you a great idea of how and when all the events took place. He also has a Facebook group called Crazy About Coins. DJ Yost also has his own YouTube channel. Here's a clip from one of his videos.
I'm out. I've been waiting for these fields to be cut all year. It's an old site of mine, 1700s. Got a lot of good stuff here before. Just got my first copper. And it's a large set.
Now I'll be featuring Dave Wise. Some of you may know him through Filthy1's YouTube videos or as Heavy Metal Nut on TreasureNet. As a child, his father used to take him out bottle digging, so he's always had an interest for buried objects. Now in 1985, his father brought home a White's 4000D. So he's been metal detecting now for approximately 30 years. Back in 2007, Dave was metal detecting a drained swimming area. This is where he had found a World War II Bombardier ID bracelet. Now, he had searched for the owner only to find out that he had passed away in 1987. But he did reach his son and spoke to him on Christmas Eve. Now, the joy in his son's face had made his Christmas, and this ID bracelet is now with him. Now, this find, he received an honorable mention on TreasureNet, along with another honorable mention for a ring return. Dave had found a 1793 chain scent. This find made it into the Find of the Year issue of the Western and Eastern Treasure magazine. He also received a banner find on TreasureNet. Here is one of Dave's most memorable finds that Todd had caught on camera.
Alright. Dave just got, believe it or not, his 5th George Washington button today in one day. I kid you not. He just dug this up. It's got all silver gilding on it. You can see the silver background there. And swear to God, this is his 5th George Washington button today in one day. 3 in one haul and 2 separate ones. God, I'm gonna kill you.
He grabbed me on tape. You got that, everybody? I didn't saw
it. Just in case anybody doesn't believe us, that's 5 George Washingtons, all eagle with star.
Dave and Terry organized a New England metal detecting hunt that over 130 different metal detectors participated, and they raised $6,000 for charity. Dave and Todd both donated their time for an incredible event with the Crossroads Addiction Recovery Group. This event was put on by White's Metal Detectors, and it was to teach kids all about metal detecting, being outdoors, and staying out of trouble. Now we'll be featuring Todd Hiltz. Some of you may know him through his YouTube videos as Hiltzy1. Now, what got Todd into the hobby 6 years ago? Well, it was his fascination for his local history.
For me, that's the main reason, that I originally started posting videos, was to show the history here in New England. And, when I was a kid growing up, I was always fascinated with history, with the history where I live. Let's face it, when these areas were first settled, these original settlers, they built the foundation of this country that we live in today. And people don't realize, all the history that's still on the ground and what hard lives these people had to endure and go through to help build our foundation of a country. And that's the main reason I do what I do as far as metal detecting and where I hunt and where Dave and I hunt. We look for the colonial settlements from some of the original settlers in this country. And we learn so much by digging up those relics, those coins from their everyday lives. And one of the reasons that I haven't had a lot of time lately is that Dave and I flew out to Ohio to help with a project, as you can see by this shirt here. The CWPPO, which was a Civil War project in Ohio, which involved trying to prove there was a battle site or battle skirmish in Ohio. It was called Morgan's Raid, and that town and those residents, they wanted to prove and help with some of the history books prove that there was a skirmish there. And the Historic Society got involved. A lot of people were involved in this project, and it was a success. We found what we needed to find to prove that there was a battle site or a skirmish there. So everything we dug up with all the people involved was is going to the Historic Society in that area. It's going to help one gentleman, rewrite a book about the raid. So, to me, that's what it's all about for what we do.
So back in March, Dave and Todd were both chosen, along with 6 other people, to be a part of the White's metal detecting field team. Now, if you ask Todd what his favorite find is, he'll have to say it's a 1791 George Washington success token. Here's the video.
I think it's some sort of George Washington token.
Along with his 7 George Washington buttons.
I'm not sure, but I just got a button signal, not even a ½ inch, and I can see it sticking out right there. Looks like a cloak button. Yes. Can you see the shank? Yeah, I see the shank. It's bent over. Oh yeah, it is. Is it? Yep. Awesome. That's a GW, buddy. I think I got a GW. This will be my first GW. Definitely a GW.
One thing that all of these 6 people have in common is they're all amazing ambassadors to this hobby. Way to go, guys, and keep it up. Now, that wraps it up for this week's episode of Relic News. I look forward to seeing you all next week.